Well, I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it. Here I am writing an article on Mirrorless when someone sends me a link that was made yesterday by a huge corporate sponsor, and I had to pinch myself. I had to watch the video 3 times. I just couldn't believe it. Someone had a huge corporate sponsor that everybody knows, not the person you're thinking of. There's a few of them. Had a Sony a6000, and this person was trying out the Niwar vertical grip. Just purchased it for the a6000, which the video is actually very honest, but it's kind of honest on the level of it was made. It shouldn't have been made. It was a review about the Niwar vertical grip for the Sony a6000. It shouldn't have been made public, is what I'm actually trying to say. It should have been private video, or it should have been actually formatted in a different way, because it was too revealing. I had to pinch my... I watched it 3 times, and someone sent me a link to this video, and my God, nobody ever proves your point better than the person who's supposed to represent it the most, and is the huge corporate sponsor, says it like it is. So this is a different person that says it like it is. But it never should have been made public, because if you actually listen to it with a discriminating eye, it's like, there's no way that, there's no way that this person that was blowing smoke up my fanny with the video talking about how great Mirrorless is a few months ago with, a couple 100,000 hits or so, and there's absolutely nothing in the video stating why Mirrorless is better. Nothing, not even one thing. He's just like, I shoot my kids and my family with it. That's all fine. The camera is innocent, okay? I grew up with Sony. I was going to actually pick up one of the Fuji Mirrorless here, just as a kick-around camera later on. So, the camera is innocent. The only thing that I have, extreme protestation to is somebody that blows smoke up my fanny, says things that are twisted to other people that, they just don't know any better. I don't like deceit. I don't like people that know better and blow smoke up. No one's going to blow smoke up my fanny because I know better. But anyway, in the video, honest to God, I couldn't even believe what I saw. So anyway, it was this person, this huge corporate sponsor, was screwing on the Niwar grip, and the video was made yesterday onto the Sony a6000. And by the way, the funny thing is at the very end, once he screws once he screws the grip on, the vertical shutter release does not work. The Niwar grip comes with this neat little cable for the Sony a6000. So you got to plug in this totally obnoxious cable from here to the camera, and it's like, that sucker's going to break soon. And that's ridiculous. So it'll work as an extra battery pack, but it won't work as a vertical grip unless unless you stick in and plug in a connector cable between the two. And God knows anybody with 2 brain cells knows that that's ridiculous. This person is a genuine professional photographer, and now he has huge corporate sponsorship. Bless his soul, I don't care about that. This video is extremely honest. So unlike other videos which are dishonest, this video shouldn't have been made public, because at one point in the video it says, when he screws the vertical grip onto the Sony a6000 mirrorless, this person states, now it looks more cool. It's like, well, I was thinking, I had to stop it and play it a couple times. Like, yeah, you mean it looks like a real camera now. And of course it's a lot larger, with the huge vertical grip with the extra battery. It looks like a real camera now, a real DSLR with a vertical grip that, like a professional shoots. And, I concur with that statement. It's so honest. It's very straightforward. It looks like my D3 or a D810 or a D750. But what you've done is you've taken this supposedly small mirrorless camera and you've added an extra battery since, hey, you know, we all know that mirrorless is a battery vampire. You know, removing that super, super lightweight little mirror does one thing to every camera. You have to replace it with all this battery-sucking EV and OLED, and you got autofocus issues, and, you know, removing that tiny mirror creates a flustercluck. I don't know if you know what a flustercluck is, but you might want to look it up. Anyway, further on in the video, this person says, after he screwed on the vertical grip, and the small mirrorless camera now, which isn't that small anyway, once you stick a big-ass lens on it and a speed light, he says, it looks more professional. This is actually what this person said. It looks more professional now. And I was agreeing again with this huge corporate sponsor. It looks like a real DSLR now, kind of. And both in size and function. However, that obnoxious little cable was just, oh my God, I can't even imagine how many hours it would take for you to break the connection on that and just destroy it. It's like, well, yeah, now you got extra battery power, but to use the vertical release, I got to stick in a cable. Totally obnoxious. I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, there's no real professional, and this person is a real professional shooter. Shooting for a long time, got a great portfolio, knows better. There's no professional that goes, you know, I want a vertical grip, but I want this fragile little cable that goes from here to here so that I can use the vertical shutter. There's nobody out there that wants that. Further on in the video it says, at the end of the video, after he screwed on the vertical grip, and he's talking about, you know, this person says, you are going to look like a true professional. And I had to agree again. It's, yeah. He said, now look, I mean, you know, because, yeah, I agree, I concur. It looks like a real professional DSLR now from anybody's. It's like, yeah, that thing's got a vertical grip on it, and it's kind of large. That looks like a professional DSLR. Of course, it's not small anymore now. And now we're at the end of the video. He sticks on a huge Canon lens, and he's talking about the Metabones adapter. So now the A6000's got a big ass, and it's a lot bigger than this, by the way, especially in height. A huge ass Miwar vertical grip, and this huge honking Canon lens, because optics are optics are optics are optics. Okay, mirrorless isn't going to change. You know, the f-stop and t-stop of the front element and the necessitated optics to feed the sensor. You're right, Nikon does use some Sony sensors. And the Sony sensors inside Sony cameras, they require just as much light as the Sony sensors inside the Nikons, which means they require the same big lenses. Okay, this is irrefutable. There's no debate about this. None. Nobody can debate it. It can't be debated. So the summation of this is, the person says, with the vertical grip, now it looks more cool. And additionally it said that it looks more professional. And then a few seconds later this person says, you're going to look like a true professional now. So, let me get this straight. By default, you have de facto said that this supposed neat camera needs to have all this additional stuff thrown on it to look like a true professional looking and operating camera. So now it looks like a pro DSLR instead of a mirrorless. Well, we stuck a huge vertical grip on it, and that adds power, but to get the shutter release for the vertical, we got to stick this obnoxious, fragile little cable between it and the camera. That's just so ridiculous. I can't help it. You think I'm crazy? There's no professional. I want a really fragile cable that goes from here to here. You know, that is going to be awesome. Nobody's... Words that have never been said by any professional ever. Never. You know, so this can't be denied. This is the person's own words, and it's like, oh, this is so great, right on the cusp of me writing an article about mirrorless. And the person is one of the top sponsors for the company. And here he is talking about making the mirrorless look professional. And you're going to look professional if you just stick this big crap on it, you know, vertical grip, more power, and he says, this person says, it's going to look more cool now. Yeah, now that you added that huge vertical knee wire grip on it. That video shouldn't have been posted. Because it was too honest. That video is too honest. I agree with everything said in the video. I agree with everything said in that person's video. Everything. But it's self-contradictory. You can't say that mirrorless is top of the pack and then say, well, I'm going to add all this crap on it, so now it looks like a big-ass DSLR, and it's going to look professional now. I agree with the video. I agree with the video. We're talking about throwing stilts on midgets here, okay? Hey, come here, guy. I'm gonna make you look a little bit more professional. We're gonna throw some stilts on you, and you'll look like a normal human being now. They're called little people, okay? I'm not discriminating. I actually got a buddy that works downtown, and he's a little person, so I'm not discriminating against little people. I shouldn't have actually said midget. He actually uses the term midget all the time. He's a great guy. I love him, so. But, I just can't believe this video was made. I actually agree with everything in the video. By throwing that huge vertical grip on there, it looks more professional. It is able to be more professional. You can actually use a vertical grip now. But now it's obnoxiously large. The vertical grip on it is much larger than the vertical grip on this D750, by the way. But this D750 doesn't require any cabling. All the connections are right there underneath between the two. This stupid thing necessitates a cable from here to here. Which is just absurd. Oh my God. Oh man. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. What do you say about a video like that? It's like, it makes your argument for you, meaning my argument. It makes my argument for me. So, thank you for making that honest video. I love it. I concur with everything in it. And, someone out there is going, right now, looking at the video going, ooh, you shouldn't have said that. Let there be light and truth. Luxi veritas.